only, please.
Right, I think we are live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live stream with the usual suspects. We have Howie702. Give us a wave, Howie. We have Alex, Bleary View. Steve Tostevin, the Dorset Rider. And myself. It's like the golden years retirement home, isn't it? Although you're not retired, are you, Steve?
All in the lounge.
Yeah.
All in the
Right, I
lounge
need to
waiting
bring
for
up
the
the
TV
chat
to get turned on.
box. Evening, everyone in the side chat. Obviously, Joe's not with us for the next couple of weeks, but he will be back as normal after that. And obviously, it'll be streaming back on his channel again then. And welcome to everybody in the side chat. If you want to go ahead and plug your own channels in the side chat and stick a link in there, by all means, go ahead and do it. Right, it's been no secret that recently we've been testing the DJI Action 5 Pro with the wireless mics and trying to get them to get dual audio onto the camera to try and reduce the amount of editing that you have to do, syncing up audio with the footage and everything. Steve and I tried it from bike to one camera. That failed miserably. It's fine when you're right close to each other, but the minute you get 15, 20 feet apart, it falls down miserably. But I used to use a sound recorder running off a splitter from the Cardo, and I would record the comms onto that, which wasn't bad, but again, it was editing in post, which was another pest. Howie then suggested swap that sound recorder for the Mic 2, and then hopefully all the comms chatter would then be sent wirelessly to the camera. So we did try it, and I just wanted to show everyone the quality. If you haven't seen the video, the quality that you can get from doing this system. So I'll just play a little clip, just a bit of it, just so that you can hear both sides of the conversation and how clear it is. It would be even better, wouldn't it, if I put up the share screen, wouldn't it?
That's really quiet. That clip.
It would.
Nigel and Howie's coming through loud and clear, don't worry.
Right, I'll play it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Say that again.
Is this the way back towards the Hardy Monument?
No.
Well, that further up. Because I was reading up about that. That was quite interesting.
This is you'll get a lot of these as well. But this over here, look, this is Puddletown Forest.
Yeah.
And there used to be something called rhododendron mile.
Right.
So the whole road had high rhododendron bushes either side. Well, it was one of these spots for dogging. And so the council cut the whole lot down.
Right.
All of the rhododendrons, cut them down, dug out the roots. So yeah, you go up there. Look, it still says rhododendron mile. You can...
I'll stop sharing that one now. So put that back.
I'm going to make a copyright claim on this because you're using
well, that's another view you just got. So my voice on there. That was Howie recording me off of the Cardo. So that's how clear it was coming through. Funny enough, I think it was a live stream, not last Sunday, the one before. Actually, not sure if he's in the side chat in a minute. Life on Two Wheels actually suggested doing what we did. And I had to sit there with a smile on my face and bite my tongue because we'd actually been out the day before and actually tried it, and it did work. But obviously it's going to be dependent on the reception of the Cardos, and both Steve and Harry, you'll confirm it when we've been out, certainly in Dorset, the reception between the Cardos sometimes, even if you are still line of sight, does get a bit broken sometimes, doesn't it? On the whole, though, it's been pretty good, hasn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I just done a 22-minute video from our ride from Dorchester up towards Gillingham. I think there's only about two times where it got a little bit sketchy. But
yeah.
through the ride, I will admit, and I put it back there. I kind of like held back to see what the range was going to be like. I mean, Nige would be a good sort of like 400 yards up the road, and we're still getting pretty good quality comms between the pair of us. There was just a couple of times I think the mesh was readjusting itself. And that's the time it got a little bit sketchy. But other than that, yeah, great.
Yeah, I mean, on the whole, it has. It's been blooming good, isn't it? Really. I mean, we've jiggled about with the settings on the cameras, the settings in the Cardo, and we think we've got is what's probably going to be the best we're going to get it. But if I just bring this across now and show that, that's the actual setup we've got. So if we start with the helmet, you can see. Obviously, we're using a mic mini in the helmet. That mic mini is going to pair wirelessly to the 5 Pro.
You can use if you're using the mic 2 anyway.
Yeah, you can do it with two mic 2s, but you can't do it with 2 mic minis. We've got one of each. The mic mini pairs to the 5 Pro wirelessly. Now, the 5 Pro will take 2 mics in wirelessly, which is the beauty of doing it this way. So that's in your helmet. That's recording you. We use Cardo Pack Talk edges. So off of that, into the speaker plug off of the Cardo, we've plugged a TRS 3.5mm splitter. And I've made a point of saying TRS because we have tried it with TRRS and found that the volume was actually quieter. I don't know why, but it was. So that plugs into that. That then gives you 2 feeds. One of those feeds, you'll then plug your speakers or your earbuds into that. That leaves you a free one. And then we're going to plug in a male-to-male 3.5 TRS lead. That's just basically an extension lead to get it down to either your pocket or your tank bag. Again, TRS, keep it all TRS. That will go down, and then that's going to plug into a adjustable volume or an attenuator cable. We've preferred the adjustable volume. The attenuator cable will set it at a predetermined level, whereas with this, you can adjust it and get it to whatever your setup is going to be right for you. So that'll plug into that male. So it's all coming down from the helmet through the Cardo, down that extension lead into the volume cable. Now that's all going to plug in then into the mic 2. The mic 2 is just going to assume that that is a lavalier mic plugged in. It's a 3.5mm jack plug. So we're assuming that that mic 2 is just assuming that that's a mic plugged into it. The mic 2 then connects wirelessly to the 5 Pro as well. And that's your 2 audio sources going in. Now we have had to adjust the volume to try and get the 2 levels the same. And the way we've done that is on the 5 Pro, on the back screen, you can see the 2 green bars going across as you speak. And we've just basically tried to match both the same to get the levels equal. But I mean, as you can hear from that audio just now, I mean, it has seemed to work well. Cardo settings. I had the noise block on, Howie didn't, which was good because then we could see the difference. Both had automatic volume control on. Howie had mic sensitivity medium and I had it on high. So we've come to the conclusion that out of the difference, it's best to have the noise block on the Cardo, automatic volume on, and the mic sensitivity up at high. And that's pretty much the best system we found with the Cardo settings. As far as the camera goes, if you go into the wireless mic settings,
Wireless mic.
yeah, wireless mic, the dual audio recording on, the low cut filter on. I always put 32 float recording on as a backup anyway. If anything does go wrong, at least you've still got it on that mic too. And also the clipping control on. But Bry, Peaky Biker, did get hold of me earlier today, and he was saying that when it was just me on the recording, I was only coming out of one speaker. And looking at it, that was because on the camera, the sound was set to stereo. So when you've got two of you, one speaks, it comes out of the left channel, the other one speaks, it comes out of the right. If you change that to mono, you both come out of both speakers all the time, so that should alleviate that. But that's the best system that we found. I mean, we are going to go and try a couple of other things. We're going to try the mic mini with the noise filter on low and high, just to see what difference that makes, and also with the mic 2 having noise reduction on. But I mean, as a system, for getting two audio feeds onto one video feed, that's probably the best that we've come up with so far. Would you agree, Howie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm getting an echo from myself.
An echo from yourself?
Yeah, every time I talk, it's like...
We're getting it as well, Howie.
You are, aren't you? See,
I don't know.
that would work with Bluetooth as well, Nige.
Sorry?
That would work with Bluetooth as
It
well.
would do, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that it doesn't matter what headset you've got either. I mean, if it's Cardo, I'm not sure what Senna's use. Have they got 3.5mm, Al? On a Senna? Alex, can you hear me?
I hear you.
On the Senna, have they got a 3.5mm for the
they have.
speakers?
Hang on, I'll show you.
No, they don't. Not my Senna is integrated into my helmet, so I haven't seen any external.
But I mean, any comms unit that has got the 3.5mm that you can plug a jack plug into, you should be able to run this down to the mic 2. I say the mic 2 just assumes that that's a lavalier mic by the look of it. So I mean, anything with a 3.5mm jack plug should be all right. What's he got there? You got every gadget known to man.
It's like a bizarre, isn't it? He's got this roll up, opens his jacket up like a watch.
Right. I'm just well minted, and I've got all this stuff because I'm there to improve it for everybody. Really, I am. Honestly, I get this stuff sent to me by these manufacturers, and I don't know why, but they do. Anyway, at the front there, that's the back in it. That's the front. At the front there, you've got a jack plug. And that will give you the same output as if you had like Y splitter, and this will work on a Senna. So if you've got something like the S20C, the 50, I think it is, I think they'll all work. Can everybody hear me? Okay.
Yeah, my helmet's integrated into the helmet, Howie. So I don't have it apart from a USB-C connector to charge it. I don't have any connectors.
Yeah.
So.
But that will do it, and I think on the back there you can plug earbuds in or another microphone or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I have to go with it, but it's definitely got a jack plug to get in what goes through the headphones. But I think it may mute the headphones when you plug it in. I'm not sure, but I haven't used it for ages.
I just said, Jerry, did you want to come on camera?
Come on, Jerry.
Come on, Jerry.
There we go. Right. That's
we missed him, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah.
Let me just paste that for. There you go, Jerry. If you click on that. But yeah, I mean, we've been trying for ages, haven't we, to get this blinking audio. But the beauty is, it is actually embedded into a video file, so it is a lot less blooming syncing up in.
It takes all the faff out of it.
Lee's just said no Joe this week. Now Joe's going to be off for a couple of weeks, but after that, all back to normal. It'll be back on Joe's channel and streaming with this one as well. So fingers crossed.
Is he house hunting still?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, does anybody in the side chat, how do you record comms if you do? Do you do it differently or you find a better way? I mean, the only downside of this is having to buy all the extra gear, isn't it? You know, it does mean two microphones.
We do provide a good hire service if anyone's interested.
I was going to say, if anyone's short of cables, gadgets, I'm sure Howie's got them in that drawer. I can
cut these. I can cut some headphones back from these, or you can even hire a center off it. Actually, I might try this one day, Nige. That might be a point just to see if this will work with it.
Does
Is
that
that just
mean
a
we got to go
front
out
in it,
again?
Howie, or is it a camera as
That's a
well?
that's a complete center setup, mate. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got about 8 of these. No, no, it's the wife's
Right.
old one from her old helmet, and well, actually, it's from my old helmet, but yeah, I mean, if anyone wants a center, they got them begging. But I think that would actually probably work. I mean, I could just try it on its own. Actually, I'm going to do that now. Carry on talking. I'm going to try an experiment.
You're going to do it now, are you? I'm just
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
bring Jerry in.
Do it live on air.
live on air. Yeah.
What
There he
possible?
is. Evening, Jerry.
Evening,
Hello
Jerry.
from the colonies.
Oh, it's afternoon for
Hello,
you,
hello,
isn't it?
Jerry.
It's afternoon for you, isn't it?
Yeah. About nap time.
Oh dear. That's good actually with you coming on. I mean, I think we've covered everything that we did on that comm setup. It's
I am so impressed of the detail that you and work that went into this. When
well, I
you're a
mean,
bulldog
it was
when
just
it
a
comes
good
to this
excuse
stuff.
to get out, wasn't it?
Yeah, that'd do something. Other than hanging around the streets and just drinking beer and stuff, it was.
It must be said that Nigel's got a bit OCD about recording comms, though.
I have. I've had that many goes. What's annoying is when I was on the dark side and I had a GoPro, I had the mic adapter and I just had a splitter coming off of the Cardo again. And that sound when we did the Scotland tour, it was recorded lovely. And then Scotland's weather being what it is, we were riding through a monsoon as we got to John O'Groats, and that was it. It just killed it, and I could never get it to work properly again after that.
I heard you guys are having a really dry year so far.
It's been brilliant.
You're going to jinx it.
Yeah.
Make it rain if you carry on like that.
So
I'll tell
we
you,
haven't done bad for a bunch of Southerners, have we?
Oh, Bryce just said, "Shh, no GoPro." Oh dear. I don't know whether you've seen it, but we'll get off of that comms chat now. I say there is video on Howie's channel. There's videos on my channel about the setup. That picture that I put up is on both of the channels as well. So I mean, if you do want to have a go with it, just follow that, and I say it will record it. You will just have to tweak your settings, though. Everyone's got different helmets and everything, so tweak away. And if you find anything better, let us know. But we did want to get it out there because we have been trying for ages, and
Months.
I
now
was
that we've got something that works.
I was bragging a little bit about how simple my audio was, but my next video, you're going to hear Mr. Bill. He yells in the microphone. I can hear him 20 feet away riding down the road, and he blows out the you can't set it in those settings that he doesn't blow out.
Yeah, and that was the trouble I found with using an attenuator cable. I mean, we're probably still going to get that trouble if there's 4 or 5 of us riding, as you say. One's going to be louder than the others. Where do you set that volume? But the attenuator cable I found made it too quiet. So in the editing, I was having to bring the volume right up to almost maximum just to even make it usable. But no, I mean, it's a good setup. It works. It's working for us at the minute. So I think we're going to stick with that and just try and tweak it a bit.
Oh,
But, the other bit I was
Nearly there.
Nearly there, yeah.
Oh, nearly there. I just got to read.
Anything to get Howie excited. It's really laid back, you know.
Oh, Gord's just said it's like Roy on Motorhead tours. Your ears are bleeding.
Right, I think I might be hooked up here.
Oh, he's hooked up to Summit.
Hooked up.
I also put a video up from when we came back yesterday. We went and had a jolly up to Loomies, And
Yeah,
then we
saw
went
that.
to an airfield as well. But on the way back, there was an accident. So there was stack loads of traffic. So I was filtering up the eights, and I'll come to you in a minute, Jerry, because I know you said you're not allowed to filter, are you, over there?
No,
But
not here.
we were talking about it just before we come on camera. I mean, somebody did put in the comments, he said, "Oh, I think you're asking for trouble filtering that fast. You know, what if one of the cars had flung his door out?" And I mean, he's right. But I mean, I think if we go down that route, where'd you draw the line? You wouldn't even get on the bike to start with, would you?
The line of traffic you were passing was so long, you
Yeah.
know.
But I mean, in your state, then they would expect you to sit in the traffic on a motorbike the same
No,
as the
they'll let you go by. They'll just shoot you when you do.
What's the reasoning for that then? Do they give a reason or?
There's states like California. They allow. There's more states starting to allow filtering, but you know it's going to take a long time for people to adjust their attitudes to move over. You know, like
if you're not used to it,
you're not used to it, and people are just going to get pissed off. Then eventually, because we carry guns, somebody's going to get shot.
Yeah. But I mean,
do you know that up until recently it was illegal to do it in France, and it's still they don't let you do it in some places in France.
I didn't know that.
What is it? And yeah, I was just going to say, because when I went to France, you're coming up behind cars, lorries, vans. I mean, they're almost driving up the grass bank to get out your way to let you pass, aren't they?
Yeah. But the only I think Paris in particular, they didn't let you do it. I can't remember the exact details, but it was definitely illegal in some parts of France.
What was Howie holding? What are you holding up, Howie?
Right, I got it. So on one channel, I've got this center going to a mic 2. I know it looks like a bloody bird's nest of wires, but that's going to one channel, and the other one's going to the other channel. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick little video on. I'll fire up the camera. Right, so I'm talking over. I can't hear what's going on because I've got these headphones on, listening to you, and that's listening to that. But the levels might be. I'm playing a bit of Dire Straits on one side, and I'm talking to the camera's recording. So I'll let you know whether it's working, and I'll put it up on the WhatsApp chat as to what's going on with it. But yeah, it looks.
I think
like
we ought to send you and Nige to Mars. You know, on the first mission, you guys have everything wired up.
Do you hate us that much?
Well, of course,
I mean, NASA used to send monkeys up there, so are we like the replacement for that now?
They'd be all right with us too then.
we never get taken off. What with all the bloody faffing we do before we lift off?
I'm sure you'll still be able to like.
Cardo have got this update coming out, and where you can have 31 of you in the group. Can you imagine 31
recording all those?
Oh no, that's too much.
Sorry, Al, what were you going to say?
I was just saying you'll still be able to live stream from Mars.
Yeah. Can you imagine the YouTube video from that? We still only get about 10 people viewing it.
Yeah, but Joe would be putting his spark plug in his bike, you know.
Just the one.
Just the one.
I did want to say to everyone in the chat as well, if you want to stick a link to your own channels up in the chat, if there's anyone in there that sees a channel that you're not subbed to or whatever, feel free, stick your own channel, a link to it in the chat, and hopefully you might get a couple more subs out of it. Has anyone got any new channels they wanted to plug?
Well, I don't know if it's a new channel. I'm going to plug one in my next video. It's called Motor Ramblings. I think New Biker, he's on that channel. I think he watches it. It's a guy out in North Carolina. He's a retired postal worker. He's pretty cool. Motor Ramblings.
Howie, you were saying about one earlier, weren't you? Motor Ramblings.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one it was now. It was some old. I think it's called like some old gits on a bike or something like that. Hold on, I'll find the page. Look at my history. God, this is terrible. I'm getting old. No, I can't find
Get a
them.
job, Howie.
What?
You need to get a job.
I don't need to get a job. I tried that. It didn't work for me.
Oh yeah, Noobs just said Motor Ramblings was on his channel last week.
Yeah.
No, I can't find them. I'll post some up there. But anyway, yeah.
What did you think it was? Old Gets on a Bike?
Yeah, small gets on a bike, it said, or something like that. I thought that sounds familiar.
And I must
Is
say
that
as well,
this live stream is old gets or what? What's the
oh shits, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I must say to everyone as well, since Howie did away with his other channel and then started up again, I think you had quite a few hundred, didn't you, on your other one?
Yeah, I had about
And this one's
400.
only at
No.
48. So if you're not subbed to Howie's, go back and sub.
You don't have to. It's not compulsory or anything like that.
Wow.
I'd rather you just bought me a coffee or something like that. Or
We got to keep our residents at the Golden Years retirement home happy, haven't we?
Yeah. Sponsored by Depends.
Yes.
I heard Howie is really good at the entertainment hour at the old folks' homes, so he'll get his guitar out. Yeah,
I used to do that years ago. I used to go to old people's and look. Oh no, I didn't. I used to pick them up and then take them to another hospital. That's it. That's what. It's getting a bit confused now.
And leave them there.
Yeah, they get someone else to bring them back.
I just want to. I'm trying to find it. I'll just scroll back up the comments because I'm trying to do 20 things all at once.
And you're doing a brilliant job of it as well, mate, I must say.
I'm trying to find, somebody said they'd set up their system how we've done it, and he said it works a treat. I'm trying to find who said it. The very strange bikers. There you go. I watched this video and set ours up the same. It works a treat. So there you go. We've done one person a favour then, so that's good.
Good. We've saved one life. That's all that matters.
Did anyone watch Duncan's video as well? He's been out beasting that little KTM around, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
Really good on it.
Sure. And he, I don't know whether you saw it, he put his GoPro up at the camera and it was covered in God knows what, wasn't it? But I must admit, he's putting it through its paces, isn't he? That little KTM.
He's out there and he's doing it, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, I mean, I think we all had a giggle when he bought a KTM. But fair play to him. He's out there and he's giving it some stick. And then the other bit I've been keeping an eye on is Stevie, Soggy Balls. Did you anyone watch the video where he went up that, I think he said, the most dangerous road in Europe?
And it was because there was bears on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's something else, isn't it? We're not used to that kind of thing in this country, are you? You got more chance of getting attacked by an OAP with a walking stick rather than wild bears.
Somebody put up a post the other day on Facebook. It said how to tell whether a snake is poisonous or not. And it says on the tail, there's like a V comes in and the other one's sort of like flat. If it's all flat, it's venomous. If it goes in a V, then it's not venomous. And somebody put, mate, if I see a snake, I'm running. I'm not staying around to check its ass out.
But I mean, Jerry, looking at that countryside where you were riding with all the snow up the side, I mean, do you get bears and that up there?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I've seen they get bears up there. Yeah, I keep moving though.
Good blooming idea, I think. Did
you guys watch New Biker's video on the JAP factory manufacturing?
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was.
And it's a shame, you know. You think about all the manufacturing everybody's lost, you know, and nobody wants to do those jobs anymore.
But the one picture out of all that sort of struck with me was the one with the soldiers in there, and they had the sidecar on with the old machine gun.
Oh, the one laying underneath the sidecar, firing upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I'd been behind them all the way behind.
Oh dear. Oh, Alex, how's that new channel going?
Oh, we're
I'm keeping it low key just now, Nige, because I want to get quite a few videos up. So I'm not really publicising it. I'm just chucking the videos up and seeing how. So I've got quite a few videos up there when I do start to share it. Yeah.
What's the name of it, Alex? I didn't know you had. What's the name of the new site? Are you giving that out yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
It's Bleary Extra.
That's me sticking me boot in it again. Look.
No.
Well, when you do, let us know.
No, it is. It's Bleary Extra. That's what it's called, right? So if you look for that, there's about 4 videos or something up just now, but I want a bit more before I start to publicise it. YouTube, there's hardly anybody watched it. I think Nige has watched it a couple of times, and Howie as well. So Steve as well, I think.
Well, you gotta give Extra Rider Steve some credit. He did the. I just saw his video on the tiger.
The Triumph, yeah.
Yeah, and I had 4 tigers, and he was pretty spot on about everything.
Is he? I've
He
not
does a
watched
good
it
job.
yet.
Didn't it sound lovely though when he pulled away from that junction? That triple singing away as he accelerates away.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's kind of you guys got some of these bikes like that. They're very good bikes. They're not exceptionally personality wise. They may not look the greatest thing in the world, but when you want to get out and do a ride, they're really good.
Right, where is? I want to show you this a second. Now I've got to find that share button. The trouble is I've got my camera stuck right in the way. I saw
If you hit the wrong button, we'll tell Joe.
I saw something ridiculously ugly yesterday.
Uh-oh. I wouldn't know him.
You'll like these, Jerry.
Oh, no. The 1300?
Look at that.
Yeah, I saw you mentioned that, I think, in your...
I mean, that...
1250. I like the 1250 a lot better styling-wise.
I do, yeah. I think that's a lot nicer looking, I think. I can't get past this.
Yeah. It looks like it's like an air conditioner strapped on the side.
Well, I mean, it was brilliant what Michael Lilly put on there, and I think he said it was crossed with something, and one of the old, was it Ronson lighters or whatever it was?
Yeah. But Michael Lilly, I get more funny comments from him than anybody. I mean, every one of them just makes me laugh.
But I stood there, and I mean, I was told that bike looks a lot nicer and a lot better in the flesh. To me, it didn't. It's ugly. I just couldn't get my head around it.
Kids too. Oh, it's better than the picture.
Yeah, I mean, and I sort of stood in front of them, and I was looking at the width. I mean, this one's got all the bags and everything, so it's got the bars with the extra bags on there. And that thing's still a lot wider.
If somebody's got one, every time I've heard one on the YouTube, it sounded like they had a box of bolts inside the engine. It didn't sound like a 1250.
No, not at all, eh?
No, it doesn't sound good. I mean, it sounds like something's wrong with it.
And I believe where this one's got the bag strapped to the bars, you can actually clamp on other stuff on the side of here to go even wider. Yeah. But anyway, that wasn't the only
someone
thing.
took the top box and shoved it on the tank, didn't it? Really, that's what it looks like to me. It's.
I'm sure
they've turned it round and they've shoved it on and shoved it there as a tank.
I'm sure they'll be telling us it's only because you can't afford one.
Yeah.
But luckily, they did have some nice looking bikes up there.
Oh, I see.
All these guys, Nigel, all these guys that have got one of those that they've brought on a PCP are going to tell me that I can't afford one.
Wow.
Well, that's what you GS riders do now. Be honest.
Right. They just, I know. I've noticed that. I've noticed they've been pretty critical over XR riders of late, some of these.
Well, I got overtaken on the zigzags by an XR rider.
Yeah, but he's got a great choice of bike. He might be a lousy rider, but he's got a brilliant choice of bike.
But no, I mean, I like those Gutsies, that one, because that's shaft drive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like those satin tanks, so I like glossy paint colors.
Yeah.
Nice van though. I like the van.
But that was up there as
Like
well.
fast.
That sounded beautiful when that came in.
Yeah, but you
That
know
whole
what?
trip.
It's appropriately parked right beside that ambulance. Probably
Well,
gonna need.
that's a van that they're loading up for stuff to go out to Ukraine.
Oh, is that right?
But
Do you know what?
that
I
was
got to
beautiful.
tell you this. I got to tell you this. Today I went with my sister to one of these classic car meets. It's actually at the Lime Kiln, you know, the pub. And we were sat there having our sausage sarnie and a cup of coffee, and this guy came in a Mark 1 Cortina. Now, I have never in my life seen somebody announce that they'd come to a car meet. He was revving it, he was honking his horn, he was basically, look at me, look at me. Vroom, 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 vroom. And everyone was just like, yeah, what the hell? Not even bothering to take a look at him. And it was funny. I just said to my sister, I said, this is just basically somebody announcing his arrival. It's, made me laugh. It really did.
What's it like, Howie?
That's
What's
pretty
that?
Yamaha. That's clean.
That was absolutely immaculate.
Yeah.
That's a YR5. That
That's
is.
the YR5. Yeah, that's the
It looks like
predecessor to the
an
RDs.
XS, like the XS 500. But I'd love to have an XS 650. I think I
Well, I
did
mean,
mention it in the video.
we spent ages looking around that, and we couldn't find a mark on it. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, but look at the handlebars. Those got to be like from American 1970 or something.
What's that? That's a J Reg. So what's that? That's
73.
71 or
72.
71,
I
yeah.
think that is it 71, 72?
I think 73. Didn't they go to the RDs?
yeah, 73 was the RDs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
a
we
hard
had
ride.
those high bars on ours, did we?
Yeah. You guys had flat bars.
bars. Yeah.
But
That's
look
cool.
at that.
That's the best looking bike there.
Yeah.
He rolled in on that. Everybody just stopped and looked at it. It was brilliant.
I bet he didn't announce himself, did he?
No, do you know what? And also when I put out the full video of it, like the ride when we did it, just after, I'm going to stop sharing that screen a minute. Where's that?
What the hell is that?
Well, I don't know about that one. Remove from scene. There we go. That's my tank bag waterproof cover.
It looks like your underpants.
I was gonna put
That is
it down.
incontinent, man.
I stuck it on my head instead.
That's like the local town crier.
But yeah, we were sat there having we had an all day breakfast as you do, and two Hayabusas came in and they leant right over the tank as they come in, and then there was Fireblade. I think it was an R1 with them as well, and they're all in their leathers with their knee sliders and the old hump on the back and everything, and then they took their helmets off. I kid you not. One of those blokes must have been coming up 80, I reckon. Yeah. The one that got off the Hayabusa. And I said to John, who I was with, I said, watch, because that one's just come up over the grass bank. Bear in mind, they've just come off a bike where they're leant right over the tank. He came up this grass bank and he was oohs and ahs where he was aching and bloody Christ knows what so much trying to get up this grass bank. But yeah, it made me chuckle. And yet they're riding bikes like that. Absolutely bonkers.
Not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure.
Oh, I mean, those bikes are bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, isn't they, those boosters?
I was speaking to a guy, he was about 60-odd, 62, 63, probably a couple of months ago, and he was on a Hayabusa, and he said he loved it. He was like, I said to him, I'm too old for that now. And he says, no, you're not. I'm 60, whatever it was. All right, okay, good. But it was a nice, a beautiful looking bike. But
I mean, Bryce just said he'd love a Busa, but I mean, I'd just find the petrol tanks get in the way of my stomach.
I have known people to tour on them and big distances as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, boosters.
Yeah,
They're pretty
yeah, they
comfortable.
love
They're
them.
not that bad.
I will say one thing around that Loomies though. Now the roads around there used to be absolutely fantastic biking roads, real nice twisty routes, but you could get a real lick on down those roads. And they've virtually every decent stretch of road now has got the average speed cameras on them, and we must have seen 3 police bikes, 2 or 3 traffic police cars. And it was quite funny because out the pub over the road, they must have had a posh car meet, because there was about 4 or 5 Lamborghinis, 5 or 6 Porsches, Aston Martins. They all came out of there. I presume we're going to give it a bit of welly up the road, and of course spotted all the coppers. So that put a dampener on their bit of fun.
I saw, you just reminded me about something I saw today. I was out in the car, and the old Morris Minors, the ones with the great big wide grills on the front and split windscreen. Well,
the old split screen.
This one had been done up. It had been done as a with the fancy wheels and all the rest of it, right? And he come round the roundabout, and there was a Ferrari at the back of him as well. We were both together, and boy, did that car take off. So it was certainly not a Morris Minor engine that was in it.
Did it?
No, geez, it just flew down the road. It must have been up to about 80 mile an hour in seconds. It was souped up to hell. God knows what engine he had in it. But when it came on, you thought, that looks really nice. And then he just disappeared. And the Ferrari was up his arse as well. So
I've just noticed Dunk's in the side chat as well.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about the registration of that 350 Yami, he said 1971, 10 years before I was born. So he lies like a cheap carpet as well. Oh, what's Howie doing now? What are you doing, H?
Right, I got that bit of video I did. This is with the Senna. I just thought about this and I thought, I'll play that. I won't play it too loud because copyright and all that. The levels might be. I'm playing a bit of Dire Straits on.
No, so it does work. There we go.
The camera's recording, so I'll let you know whether it's working, and I'll put it up on the
Yeah, you hear both.
chat as to what's going on with it. But, you hear that okay?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
So what have you done there? You've plugged into the jack plug on the back of the Senna unit.
Hate us that much. I've what I did was basically record the same as we do on our pack talks, but I did it with that Senna. Going out of the jack plug underneath the bottom of it. So if anybody's got a Senna, the bit out the front on one of those mounts will work as well. So you don't need a Y splitter, but you probably will need that attenuation cable.
But does that take that away from the speakers then, or not?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm afraid it does. So, but if you want to put a splitter on that and work that, rejig that around a bit. But anyway, it's basically there for you to plug your earbuds into.
Right, okay.
That's the idea behind it. But I suppose you could do the same because you got on the back, you got those two connections there. So I suppose you could do something like a connection off that one there, which is basically a mini jack anyway. So you could take some out of that, put that on the end of it, and then drop that out from it. So yeah, it's feasible to do it off of.
I mean, Andy's just said there's a lot of faffing again, though, isn't there? I mean, the beauty with the DJI, isn't it, is we've cut down on having all these bloody wires in the helmet.
Yeah, but the thing is with Senna, you can put those straight onto your GoPros, and you can put them straight onto the Insta stuff. But it's the bloody DJI cameras that won't allow any other microphones except their own DJI microphones for you to connect with Bluetooth. So we've got to kind of like do it this way.
Yeah,
but,
I mean that's one thing with DJI, isn't it? They protected themselves there, isn't they? And not.
Yeah.
I don't think you can connect any headset units straight Bluetooth to a 5 Pro, can you?
No, they've been a bit sneaky about that. It's the same thing with like what GoPro did a while back. They had Senna on board with a thing they clicked on the back of the 4 and the 3, and that would connect directly to your Senna, and you could record that. Then they brought their own camera out, and so they dropped the GoPro, so you had like a Senna thing, but that I don't think took off. So now they've binned it all, and everybody's gone down this route of using Bluetooth microphones. I mean, going back up almost 4 years, I was arsing about with Bluetooth microphones, trying to get them to connect up to cameras. But yeah, this has certainly been a stride ahead with getting your voice recorded onto your, and also whoever's in your group recorded onto the same camera.
Yeah,
So
you missed a word there. My angelic voice.
I wouldn't have said that at all.
I'll just say cheers to Bright. Cheers, Bright. Calling
Yeah,
in.
right.
Good luck with a new job.
Oh,
Starting
good
a new
boy.
job tomorrow.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, all the best.
One thing we do need to do as well is, I mean, we've got back on these comms again, and we test it with Bluetooth, not mesh, because obviously when we go to the Lake District, the Dales, and all that, we'll pair with Alex and Joe via Bluetooth, won't we, Steve?
Yeah.
Because
So
I think
I'm forecasting about 15 minutes before you guys kill Joe.
he'll be fine on them bends.
No, not the bins, the comms.
Oh, the comms.
Oh, well.
I think with the Cardo, it's 4, isn't it? Maximum of 4 you can have, which is ideal.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Andy's just said, we change the subject. Can we talk about lap dancing? Andy, if you can give me 5 minutes to go and get me nipple tassels on and me high heels, I'll be right back with you. Oh, dear.
Don't make me laugh.
How's that video of yours doing, Steve? When you, because you did an actual 12-month review of owning your Benelli, didn't you?
I haven't got a bloody clue. I don't check.
I'm gonna check for you.
I never look at views on
It's been taken off due to copyright, apparently.
137 in 2 days.
Oh, it's for the new
well,
channel.
That's not bad for me.
But I mean, you said in that, didn't you? You were struggling to find bad points about it.
Yeah. I was trying to make it interesting, but of course, to make it interesting, you need bad points as well, don't you? But,
no, as I was saying to you earlier on, Steve, I think it was a great video simply because you were sharing what your experience was, and your experience has been nothing but good. And when you think about, it's a Chinese bike and it's shit and it's all this kind of stuff, and you're actually sitting there saying the narrative is it's not shit.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, they're bloody good bikes, these Chinese bikes.
And even if you
it was honest, wasn't it?
It was, and that's what I liked about it. And it was and it was all the things that you really want to know about when you're riding the bike. You know, you talked about your hard seat, and you showed us the tyres. We've already talked about the tyres, how good they were, and how they've still got a good bit of life left in them. The dash, you highlight. I don't think it does Android Auto, does it? It does some other.
No, they do like a Carbit Ride, which is their own sort of mapping system, which you've got to turn your phone into a hotspot apparently. But I didn't bother because I like Google Maps, I like MRA.
Yeah.
But really struggled.
Yeah, but that's what for me makes a good video, because you watch some of the other channels and it's a bit I don't know.
Yeah, depends who does it and whether they're got any incentive or not, doesn't it?
No, yeah.
But, if you buy it with your own cash and ride it hard like I do, then you're going to get an honest review, aren't you?
Yeah, but the thing that impressed me about the bike is you said that you basically, when you get home, you foam it over, you give it a scrub down and leave it, and that's it. You don't fettle the bike.
It's literally a snow foam and a jet wash off. Well, jet wash the crap off first, snow foam it, jet wash again, and chuck it in the garage.
Yeah. So you're not fettling it. You're not treating it with kid gloves, and it's still looking great.
No.
Right.
And as you know, I ride that all year round.
Yep. Brilliant.
So, with all our salt and shite on the roads.
I mean, Lee's just said with like bike reviews and all that, it's far too much sponsored stuff.
Yeah. People are far too much afraid to say anything negative about a bike because they'll never get lent another one.
But that's what I like about. Oh, is he in? Yes, he is. That's what I like about Steve's reviews of the bikes. At least he's honest about them, and he doesn't bat an eyelid at giving the negatives with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I think that's why we watch videos like that, isn't it? We want to know the nitty gritty, don't we? Good and bad.
You know what I'd love to do? I'd like to get a really old heap, something that's about to like be taken to the scrapping, but still runs, smokes like anything, and everything on it is just falling apart. I'd like to take it out, do a review on it as if it was a fantastic bike, just to take the piss out of like the big mainstream reviewers, and say it starts first time. Do something like that, and it meets all of the EU emissions, like a close up of this exhaust pipe that's just billowing out shit smoke at the back of it, and just to take thumb the nose at these reviewers.
You ought to suggest that to Ryan 49.
Oh right, yeah, he probably would go for something like that. He'd do something like that.
Yeah. Lee, talking to Lee, he's just said you want to see an honest balance review. It's best to find ones on the smaller channels. I mean, I agree with you. But while we're on the subject of Lee, have anyone watched his latest one where he goes camping? Yeah. The mad fool.
There's nothing mad about camping.
Oh,
when you say camping, do you mean camping or camping?
Like dogging, but camping.
No, the worst kind of camping, actually in a tent.
Oh,
yeah. I was due to go away Tuesday night until I hurt me bloody back, but I might still get out there.
You like camping, though, don't you, Steve? Or sorry, Verd?
Love it. Yeah, it's too nice to not be out there.
Oh, we got an air tent now. We got the Bear House Air 400. Love it. Brilliant. Won't mean anything to anyone else, will it, Steve? That one.
No. No. When they first come out the air tents, I was a bit dubious, but I've seen them in storms and they hold up well.
No, I think
one way you can get replacement tubes.
The limit of my camping. Go on, Jerry.
Is that like a bouncy castle?
Yep, very much so.
It turned inside out, yeah.
I was going to say the limit of my camping blooming expedition was we stayed overnight and we pitched a tent on the field down behind the Plume of Feathers on Dartmoor and just slept there. But we went in the pub. They had the shower block and that in the morning, so we had all that. But all night they had like these camper vans with like conversion vans, the sliding doors going because there's 4 of them kipping in there, and they can't all get out at the same time and go and have a pee. They've got to stagger it all night. So all you hear is these sliding doors opening, then slamming shut. I mean, about 3 o'clock in the morning, that was it. I'd had enough.
It's the chorus you get with the camping because you get like it's basically like listening to frogs on the lily pads, isn't it? Really, when you get a load of bikers together, and then around about 2 o'clock you get that zzz, 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 and then someone else zzz, all the zips again zzz, zzz, zzz.
It's a damn sight better than bloody camper van doors.
I thought you were going to say something else, Howard.
15 years of it waking me up all night.
Yeah, not for me, I'm afraid. You ever been into that, Jerry? Camping?
I did it once when we were about 30 years old and didn't have any money. We loaded up a Honda FT500 it went, about 400 or 500 miles. I think we had $250 and put 2 sleeping bags in a tent. My wife on the back of this FT500 with a bald back tire. And we went camping for a week. I'll never do it again.
Yeah. Mind you, different story, isn't it? If you're out in the wilds with the bears.
Yeah. I only pay somewhere, I don't know, £10 to £18 a night max. So, yeah, it's a cheap way of getting around, isn't it?
If your back can take it.
Sorry?
If your back can take getting up in the morning, then you're all right.
I've got good sleeping. I've got a little cot and a sleeping bag. That suits me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I sleep better outdoors than I ever do indoors.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
Stewie's just said he's never done camping with the bike, but dogging is good. I get more views than on me channel. But that seems to be all we've done lately, isn't it? Everywhere we've been, there's been a renowned dogging spot.
Yeah, I don't know how we know these things, but we do.
You're sticking to it.
I've never been dogging, to be honest with you. Never.
What is that? What is that?
Dogging is basically sex with strangers in public, in laybys and in woods. Basically, they go there for the thrill of having a sex with a stranger. In this country, it's called dogging.
You can watch or you can join in, can't you?
Wow, it's entirely up to you, but
now I know.
Cleared that up for you there, Jerry, and I hope you're now a little bit wiser.
You open my eyes.
Jerry, I bet you wished you never asked now, eh?
That happens every time I'm on here.
Yeah.
Punch over here.
Andy's just said when he goes on tour, the bike camps in the car park, not him. Have you ever done any camping, Andy, or not? I gotta admit, it's definitely not for me, which is why I don't fancy that ABR. I know they do. Is it glamping? Have they got pods or something there?
Yeah, they got beach hut and everything there this year.
Right.
Well,
a nice hotel down the road.
What I've seen about the ABR, it's okay to go camping there because time you drink about 20 beers here, you can sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
It's camping.
I've got other days where I could just sleep anywhere, and I used to do that.
Jerry, Steve just said it's an English thing. If you ever come over,
No.
I'm sure Steve will give you a guided tour of them all.
I will go carefully. I will go to Loomies, and Richard and Carol, the Banditman UK. They went to like a little museum and cafe.
That was really brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really interesting to me.
Yeah, and those GTs. Yeah, the GT750s, the old kettles, 11.5 grand.
Oh yeah, they had about 5 or 6 of them too.
Yeah, and it's funny because they were saying about the old Suzuki RE5 and how rare they were, and yet all these places they've been, they all seem to have an RE5 in there.
I would almost give them $1,000 if they could start that RE5. I don't think none of them run.
I only ever saw one of those, the old RE5, because the screen on it had that rotating.
Yeah. It turned green.
Yeah.
It turned green.
It was made of. They had the engine, but they made it up of bits of other bike and stuff like that to chuck it together. Apparently, so the story goes.
There's a Wankel engine, but they
had the Wankel, but then they thought, what frame can we put it in? So they put it in the frame of something else, and then the tank of something else. So it's a bit of a bitzer bike when they chucked it all together.
And it cost a lot of money. It like a broke Suzuki at the time.
Oh yeah.
What was the old cars that used to have Wankel engines? Ugly thing. Oh, NSUs, weren't they? Remember them? God, they were ugly.
Yeah. and the Mazdas, wasn't it?
Mazda had one, yeah.
Yeah.
They drank copious amounts of oil.
I think all of them do, don't they, Alex? I mean, it seems like you have to get a few miles on them.
Yeah.
They run good and smooth.
Steve W's just said that was the old NSU RO80. That was it. Damned ugly that was.
Well,
Very similar, actually. I think Chrysler made a car look similar shape. Chrysler Neon, was it, Jerry? Did you have them over there?
we had neons, but nobody bought those.
Yeah, I'm sure we had them over here as well, and they were very similar shape, I think, to those NSUs.
NSUs, every NSU I've seen, they're pretty rare over here, but they're all really old school, and they're more concentrated on the engineering than the styling. The styling's not very good.
And they were bulletproof, weren't they?
I think so. They had like enclosed chains, you know, and that was pretty nice on them.
Oh. Anyone got any more vids coming out this week?
No, some of us got to work. might have a camping video if I get away this week.
No, we don't want none of that malarkey.
That'll bore the tears out of you.
I've got part 2 of my ride. I've got one of my subscribers. I'm going to play his music on one of my rides. He's really in bad shape right now. So.
Fingers crossed. We all wish him well.
Yeah.
He's clever, but I was listening to some of his music. It's clever, isn't he?
He's a pretty interesting guy. I'm like I said, I'm surprised. I don't know about you guys, but how many viewers or subscribers are musicians or artists? You know, and you know, you check their channels and they do all kinds of wonderful stuff.
Yeah. Do you know who's a brilliant musician? It's Tojj on a bike. He used to be a session musician, apparently.
Yeah, he's clever, and he Ron plays quite a few different things, doesn't he?
He's very talented, that's for sure. Jamie.
I'm always impressed with guys that play all those instruments. Steve, do you play?
He puts a lot of his music on his own videos, doesn't he?
He does some of that, yeah.
There you go. Look, there's a thing for you. We're only an hour into the stream, and I've just remembered I've not been clicking the old. I bet that's Steve. I bet you're on call, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, that's me.
Hello,
caller. What's your name? Where are you from?
There you go. You've been setting up a project bike idea where the viewers choose from some predefined bikes and can choose the direction I take. That'd be good.
Sounds good. Yeah. We'll have some of that. I've got loads of ideas.
Right. Let's have a look at the others. I'll read a few of some of these.
I like Howie's idea of a bed and drugs.
Yeah.
When can I check in, Howie?
Right, anytime you want, mate.
Andy's come up with a good one. Do a tour of the UK's dogging hotspots. Definitely get some views.
That'd be like it's 5-year tour.
It's called Shitterton.
There is a village called Chitterton. Actually, there's a video on my channel, plug, of all the weird and wacky names around Dorset. And there is some weird and wacky ones.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember the languages, can I? What's the matter with me?
There you go. There's another little channel.
I'd like to ask you guys this. You guys know Two Wheeled Willie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen him ride the bike.
No.
No, he just talks about changing them all the time.
Yeah. He's in the cemetery every time I see him.
And everyone's a keeper.
Everyone's a keeper. And then he says, I'm selling it.
No, I used to watch Willie's videos all the time, and it went back to when he first got the 1050 V-Strom, the first one, and he was saying this one's a keeper, and he didn't ride it. He even had one of those Nikons, the 3-wheel ones for a while.
Really?
I'll tell a lie. Actually, he did do a riding video on that for I think there's about 2 or 3 minutes footage on it.
I've been watching him for several months, and I've never seen him ride the bike.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't really, does he?
I think he wheels them to the church down the road, and then he wheels it home again. That's what I think he does.
He's an interesting cat, though. You know, I mean, he's still interesting. It's just that I just curious why he doesn't do a video on the bike.
Yeah, I'd say he did try it. I think the reason he said he wasn't going to film on the bike anymore, he bought himself a GoPro, and he couldn't be doing with all the faff of all the microphones and everything, which is understandable.
Yeah.
It's a good job we are the kings of faff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're good at that.
We faff for the rest, don't we, mate? That's what
We do. Just say goodbye to Lee quickly. Cheers for calling in, Lee.
Yeah.
Have a good week, mate. And Stevie, Extra Riders, just said, any of you folk watch The Mindful Motorcyclist?
Yeah, I've watched his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Sean. He's been on my radar.
Yeah.
Your radar.
My radar. I have a radar. Yeah.
Did you nick that out of the ambulance?
They don't have radar. Mate,
Steve,
I don't know what I've got anything I've nicked from an ambulance in here. No, I didn't hear.
Steve's just said faffing's what makes up half the videos. It is. It is, though, isn't
I
it?
tell you what, I'm just going to do a compilation of faff videos, sort of like when I find all the bits of faffing we've done and just join them all together in a 3-hour session or something like that and see what happens. I've got to put up a video with that car that nearly backed into you up at Motor Corsa.
Oh,
That was bloody funny, that was.
but you could see why his car was covered in scrapes, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was stood alongside my bike. I was just putting my helmet on, and there was a space where two motorcycles side by side had pulled out of. Now there was all these other car parking spaces. There was a big car park down the road a bit, wasn't there? But no, he wanted this space right next to me. He must have had 5, 6, 7 attempts forward, back, trying to get in.
It saves him walking, I suppose, wasn't it?
And Howie said, I can see your bike going over in a minute. I said, trust me, if that goes over, he's going over.
I can't believe he missed you.
The stupid thing was he pulled into this space and there must have been that much room between his passenger door and my bike. Yeah. And I said to Howie, I said, would you believe there's a passenger in the passenger seat? So the end had to pull forward, let them out, and then back in again. So when he finished faffing, I got on my bike and moved.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the guy you were cussing about on the video?
Cool, wasn't I ever?
One of many, as you probably know. He cusses at everyone.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? Although I did get told off. I was filtering far too fast and far too close to the car.
Bloody dangerous, mate. Absolutely bloody dangerous. I don't know. Did you reply to my comment yet on that?
On which?
On that one I put underneath it, where he said you're far too quick. The one with they should really block the road off and.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's answered or not. Don't know. So even in the
video yet.
Mikla62 just joined. If you're not subbed to Mike, go and have a look at his channel. I presume it's just at Mikla62. He's another GS rider. A 1250 GSA.
No.
Go and have a look. There's some good videos on Mike's channel. And if you're not subbed, go click and have a sub. It is very good.
Well,
have we done?
Alex, I'm number 7 on your extra.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, you found it, did you? Lovely.
I think he's taking it down, mate. Hold on. I can't find it now.
Although you say, Alex, that the way you edit like the multicam videos.
Yeah.
We've actually changed now from the way I did it to the way you do it. It was very similar. You have your main feed at the top, whereas I had it at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I would never actually unlink the video and the audio and just bin the audio, just keep the one stream from one camera.
Yeah.
I would just mute it. So the best thing by using the way you do it, whereas say for argument's sake, all the videos and audio on mine were that big, now you've got rid of all those audio files you don't need. That area that you're working in is much smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I've actually done a slight tweak to that process.
oh, you would, wouldn't you?
But continuous improvement, nice. You know.
Yeah. No, I've just got used to that.
Yeah.
But no, it is. I find that better.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever, when you're editing the video, accidentally delete it, like 5 minutes work?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to delete maybe the little thing in between the things, and I hit delete, and it just I select it's gone.
Undo.
And I don't know how to get it back.
Undo.
Can you not go back and undo it?
Yeah.
I don't know where the undo button is.
You should have a back button.
Back button.
I mean, with Power Direct, I think it's up to 50 times you can go back and undo, isn't it, Alex?
But you can set it in preferences, but yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. You can change it.
Alex will have to make another video just for Jerry.
What software do you use, Jerry?
Adobe Premiere Pro.
Oh no, geez, I'm not using that. That's for rich people.
Anything like Photoshop, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too complex. Certainly for what my.
Well, apparently it is. I can't find the undo button.
Yeah, well, that'll be why. It's too bloody complex, Jerry.
Years ago, my mate done Adobe Photoshop Pro 3-week course, and he reckons he'd covered that much of it.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so much you can do with the stuff. It's amazing. But yeah, he done a 3-week course and covered it like just the top of the iceberg, basically.
Hey, Steve, in 3 weeks I learned how to launch a nuclear missile. So.
Oh dear. There's another one worth subbing to. Steve. Cheers, Steve, for coming in. Steve M109R. Go and take a look at Steve's channel as well. He's out in Spain.
Yeah, he runs about in a cruiser, eh? Yeah.
It's lovely though, doesn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I picked up another sub tonight, so
you did?
Yeah, I'm on 49 subs now. That's nearly up to my 50th. 50 subs.
You'll get a telegram from the king then, don't you, at 50?
Yeah, 50. No, I can I don't know. I can then live stream then for free or something. I can't remember what can you get at 50 from YouTube? Do I get a platinum plaque or something like that?
Oh no, you've got to hit millions to get one of those, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to get one of those made and just stick it behind me. Make it look like I'm really good at YouTube.
You've got to have an aeroplane and all that malarkey.
Yeah, that'd be good. Or I'll put some guitars up on the wall behind me that I've never played. That'll be good. And I'll
there you go. There's your extra sub, Howie, tonight.
Steve. Cheers, Steve. I'll go over to yours.
I was going to mention someone tonight, but he does camping, so I just won't bother.
Oh, Steve, you've got to lower the tone. Yeah, go on, stick it up there.
I don't know if I got it.
I've got to find Steve W now on the chat and like.
Well, you're doing that. I've got a little interesting ride planned for this week.
Oh, go on then.
It's an overnighter. I'm going to go to the UK's longest dead end road. It's 22.5 miles. I'm going to go and have a look at that. It's in the Highlands, in the West Coast.
22.5 miles.
They weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, no, but it's a beautiful road.
What are you riding, Alex? What are you going to ride?
I'm going to ride my NC750X because it's one of your little footpaths, Jerry.
I've seen your roads that you ride on, and they're scary.
Nah, they're all right. They're okay.
They're about 6 foot wide with mud.
Yeah, well,
has it got grass growing down the middle?
Yeah, it's not a road if it hasn't. But it's Kinlochhourn, right? And it's the west, sort of just southeast of Isle of Skye, and it just looks like a stunning road. So I'm gonna go on Wednesday. I'm gonna stay overnight someplace, and I'll come home on Thursday, maybe, or I might go for an extra day. But I think that'll be a great ride. That'll be.
Looking forward to the video on that.
By any chance?
Say that, Steve.
Are you camping by any chance? No.
That'll be a negative.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you on that. Harry, put your link up.
Number
Try and
what?
find him.
Put your link up, and Steve, and Stewie will sub to you.
Oh, that's okay.
Then you'll
Put
get
my
your
link
golden
up.
50.
Right, you should do. Right, let's get this bad boy up to 50. Right.
And while I remember talking about Steve W, Steve, you ought to put your put some more videos out on that your GP100.
I've subbed to Steve W anyway, so
They're
that's
beautiful
that
bikes they were.
Oh, the GP100, yeah, and the one they did 125 as well, didn't they?
125, yeah. You had to be rich to have a 125, though, didn't you? GP100 was way too common, wasn't it? Oh, I can't find him.
God, blimey. Andy's just said he's got 2 sets of Michelin Road 6s ready to go on when he starts his tours. He gets through 3 sets a year. And what
Yeah.
tyres do you lot use for tours?
Road 6s.
Yeah.
Without the GT, because I didn't realise they didn't do GTs anymore.
I don't think they. I don't think they made them for my bike.
If you've got a smaller bike, you could put them on there, Nigel. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, Andy was saying though the Road 6s as standard now are reinforced anyway, so no need for the GT apparently.
I've got Pirelli Angel GTs on my NC and they're brilliant.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. I had them on my 502 and they're great.
Yeah, really give you lots of confidence.
Alex,
perfect
do you use like knobby tires on those roads?
No, the road tires.
No, they're good road tyres.
Road tires. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently,
Yeah, but
the twos are better.
your tyres, Steve, they're quite chunky, aren't they? They're quite knobbly.
Yeah, they're, what are they, 70/30s.
Yeah.
Ideal for gravel. Of course, you know, when you go camping, you need a little bit of grip.
Yeah, and you can get
Hey, Rev Bomb's just turned up. He's missed all the excitement from earlier on, hasn't he?
Oh, Dave.
Hello, David.
No changed it.
Yes, we'll have less of that camping malarkey.
Yeah, no, I've not got a hotel yet, but I'll find one.
In fact,
It's
Steve,
not my fault you grew out of it.
I think next time I come up, we ought to sit down for a while and we'll get everything you've got for camping and we'll list it on eBay.
Free a good home.
How long have you got, Nige?
One of you guys that said that you had to make reservations in the UK about everything, like way far in advance.
No,
yeah, even
When you go
camping,
over to Europe, you don't.
No, that's very true. Even a campsite. I mean, I've been in the business for years. We always keep a couple of pictures spare, you know, for backpackers or bikers. But yeah, if you don't book in advance, you're not getting in.
Huh. Okay.
Is it not dependent on the time of year, Steve? Because I can, like, I've looked today at the hotels for up that part of the world, and there's loads of them. Not cheap, right enough, but
That's the trouble. If you want to get a good deal, you got to book early.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah. When I got to Ullapool, they wanted £170 for one night.
Yeah.
You know,
because it's
they've
so
got the
far,
mark, haven't they?
it's so far away from civilization as Ullapool, middle of bloody, well, on the edge of nowhere.
Well, the annoying thing is, I had a tent pitch booked about 45 minutes up the road, but I was done.
That's where my mate decided to throw his tracer on the floor, pulling off the forecourt in the garage in Ullapool.
Yeah.
I don't know what all the fuss was about. That's not a bad garage, that, is it?
Yeah, but I mean, his legs are about that long.
Yeah.
And once he was on the bike, the minute he stopped,
and the bike's about that big.
I mean, every time he stopped, he had to stop next to a curb so that his foot reached the floor.
Yeah.
Even with all that luggage on there.
Sorry?
Even with all that luggage on there.
Yeah. I mean, after he'd fallen off, I mean, you've seen it, and he falls off and then he does a commando roll in the road. And so then we get the bike up, and he's trying to, because he had it was all loaded up with boxes, and then he had a roll top bag on the back seat as well. So he tried to fling his leg over, but he had his knee bent, and he was going to flick his leg over the roll top bag as well, but he didn't. His foot got wedged against the roll top bag, and his knee was wedged against the tank. He was stuck there. So I mean, I was crying. I was absolutely.
Was that Cheddar, wasn't it?
Was that what?
That was the time at Cheddar, wasn't it?
No, in Ullapool.
In Ullapool.
Yeah,
It was the bloke who did it in Cheddar. As you went down there, you said he pinned himself up against the wall.
Oh, that was my mate on his VFR. We went down, and because we're too tight to pay for parking in the car park, we turned around and came back up, and we parked on a wide bit of pavement. And I came back up the road, and I saw him there, and he was leaning over the wall, looking down in the river. And I thought, well, what's he looking at? He wasn't. He thought he'd put the side stand down. He hadn't. The bike had fallen over, and it had pinned him between the bike and the wall, and he was hanging over the wall down towards the river. Of course, he's there going, get the bike off me, I can't move. Well, I mean, being all heart, that was it. I was just crying. I was really laughing so much, I was crying.
That's what you do, like I do. I said, wait a minute, I'll get my camera out. I want to take a picture first.
Yeah, you're all heart.
What are you doing, you moron? Like that. Who's missus?
I couldn't believe that. We were just walking, we were just turning round to walk towards the airfield clubhouse, and we heard a woman scream. And it was somebody who was just getting out of their car and noticed this female bike rider had lost her footing, and the bike had gone over and fallen on her.
Yeah.
So her husband, I presume it was her husband, was pretty much right next to her.
Oh, yeah.
We were probably 15 feet away, 20 feet. So we went over to help her and get the bike off her. And we heard her husband saying, what bloody hell you do that for? You know, like she's going to do it on purpose. And then he calls her a moron. You know, none of this. Are you all right, dear? Are you hurt yourself?
That's justifiable homicide here in the United States. She could have put a gun and shot him.
It was a lovely little Honda Hornet as well. I mean, it's a good job it was only a little Hornet, but yeah, no concern for her or anything. Just called her a moron.
That's terrible. You know how big the Rocket 3s are, right? You know, the old Rocket 3s, about 800, almost 900 pounds. My buddy, Mr. Bill, decided on one of our rides that he was going to go off-road about 5-7 miles. I said, it's not a good idea, Bill. Oh, yeah. So we went off-road. We got to where he was going to go, took some pictures. On the way back, he took a little detour. He took the wrong road. So he's in the midst of turning around. I heard on my scene, help, I've fallen over. So I rode back and found him. And I saw the bike laying over, you know. He wouldn't hurt. So I said, wait a minute. So I got my camera out. I took a few pictures first. It took 4 of us to get that bike up.
Yeah, it's a big bugger.
You ride it a Rocket 3 out there in sand that's 2 or 3 inches deep. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Rev's just said, he said, the husband, get the bike off her. She needs to get me a cuppa and a bacon roll. But I mean, that was the kind of attitude he had. It was I said to John, I said, did he just call her a moron? He said, yeah. He said, couldn't believe it.
And she took it.
Well, I mean, we got her up and said, are you okay? And she said, yeah. She wasn't. She was holding her wrist like this. And you could see that obviously it had twisted or something as it went down. We said to her, you know, you sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And it was as we were walking to her, he said, what bloody hell you do that for? And then as we walked away, I said to Joe, did he just call her a moron? I mean, it was as clear as day. Moron.
That's somebody that needs to be in jail someplace.
A slap.
Yeah. She should have broke her hand slapping him, knocking him out.
Yeah, dislocate a couple of knuckles.
Here's your moron.
I just said,
give her for that one, yeah.
Oh dear! I just said to Rev, I said, I nearly went and looked at a Tiger 1200, a 2023 one, I see that the place where I get my bikes from in Bournemouth, Kawasaki, they had one. And I thought, I've never ridden one of them. But as Andy's just said, it's not a GSA, is it?
Is it not quite top heavy, the 2023 ones, and a bit of vibration on them?
Oh, I don't know. I know who was it said that the Tiger, the Rally Pro, which this one was, it was Brian Peakey. He said they're really, really high.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, we got the bends on Hard Knot and the Tan Hill Road, didn't we, to do? I don't want to be doing that if I can't touch the floor.
Yeah,
You don't even touch the floor. You just need to keep riding.
Yeah, on me side.
If you're going forward, you don't need to touch the floor.
well, Brian's
You stop.
he knows the distance from a GS from the seat to the ground already. You know, he's been practicing that one.
Steve's just said they're high and top heavy.
Yeah, they've helped. The new ones are better. The 24, 25 ones. The one that
they are.
They've changed them, but yeah.
Oh dear, he's never called her a moron. I don't want none of that malarkey. Mind if any of us fall off on these blooming hairpins when we do them. You can imagine it, can't you? You're underneath a bloody great big GS and somebody's gone moron.
You guys gonna have so many thumbnails.
If you come off your bike, there'll be 3 of us filming it and taking photos up on YouTube.
Yeah, take it to Jerry's book and get the camera out.
There'll be 3 of us going, moron.
My mate had an accident at work and he cut the tops of his fingers off with a circular saw.
Oh.
And that come up on Facebook. And I said to him, I said, "Are you okay? Have you called an ambulance?" He goes, "Not yet."
Not yet. He's
put it on Facebook before he called the ambulance.
That's a
brilliant.
tough guy.
It is absolutely. Oh yeah, got to get some likes on Facebook or wherever. Oh, bloody crazy.
Going for the toes next time.
He took 1/4 of an inch off the top of all 4 fingers.
Oh.
I'm not being funny. At what point do you think that hurts? I'll stop. You know, to go through 4 fingers.
Mind you, that must be so quick, wasn't it? That cut with a skill saw.
Yeah,
I don't know. He wasn't very quick.
I bet he's cutting that, and what was that flying around? Oh, it's my fingers.
But he literally held his hand up, took a photo, and there's no bandage, nothing. Just the tips of his fingers are gone. And blood going everywhere. It's like, you idiot.
Dave just said when he dropped his GTR in the bloody car park at a Super Sausage, he still don't let him forget it 2 years later.
No, it's bad though when you drop a bike and it's in front of a bunch of other motorcycle riders. It's worse. Because everybody's looking at you.
It always happens when you're pulling into somewhere, though, doesn't it, Jerry?
Yeah.
Everybody's watching. I've noticed that on every time I've ridden in somewhere and there's other bikers about, is as they watch you and they're waiting. It's kind of like they're like praying. Oh, please fall off. Please fall. Oh shit.
Well, he said a couple of times when I dropped the RT, it was one. No, luckily it had the boxes on, so I managed to slide out underneath it. But the other time I was pinned right underneath it, and luckily I had to yell the neighbour, and he come and picked it up. But the third time I dropped it, I went round his house, knocked the door, and he came to the door, and I just went like that. He said, "Not again."
Being British, we will take the piss first, and then once we've had a good laugh, then we'll help you.
You got to take the Mickey first.
Definitely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
What are you doing this week, Steve? Oh, you're working, in you. Sorry.
Yeah. I know. No, I might have the next weekend off.
Oh, Well, there you go.
The boss has been away for 3 weeks. He's done Vietnam and Cambodia. So
Yeah, but the weather's going to be really shit next week, though, isn't it?
I will definitely get the weekend off then.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it that bad the weekend?
On Steve's channel, and if you haven't watched it, his Interceptor, he was filming a video, and luckily for us, he caught it on video and he dropped it. It said it's one of his best performing videos.
Oh. Yeah, I have one of those. 79,000 views.
Mike said he dropped his as well on Sunday.
It's a GS, right?
Gotta be, yeah, he got GSA, yeah.
Well, I thought you were only supposed to drop RTs. Now
Oh dear, what's this? I've had one. Drop mine twice a year just to show it who's boss. Oh, I love it. I tell you what, though, they're blinking heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are very heavy.
It's best to get somebody to help.
They don't go all the way over, do they?
Eh?
They don't go all the way over, though, do they? They've got them stabilizers sticking out the sides.
Yeah.
Good job, too.
That's why they're so easy to pick up.
Mine hits the bars before it hits those heads.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a dilemma.
Oh.
Mine, oh, look, there's the warning. Your live recording will end automatically in 30 minutes. So if we do just get cut off, that's why. Because we've done an hour and a half.
What's your Dalai Lama, did you say?
Oh, yes. Now, mine, hydraulic clutch, Andy might be able to answer me on this. I've got to almost let that lever all the way out before that clutch disengages completely. I've adjusted the lever, the span, still no different. Now, I Googled it, because obviously it's hydraulic. On Google, there's people saying if you remove the bolt for the clutch lever and move it out the way, you'll see a little grub screw, which is then on the rod that pushes into the clutch cylinder, you know, where all the fluid is, a master cylinder. Oh, yeah. And you can adjust that thing, and they say that will adjust the biting point. So I text the chap that services mine and that, and bear in mind he is a BMW technician. I said, is that right? Can you adjust it? He said, no. Oh, Andy, what's this?
Andy's replying to you like mad.
Yeah.
Easy fix.
2 minutes.
2 minute fix.
He's not going to tell you how.
He's going to say, buy a GSA.
Yeah,
but I didn't know whether having new fluid and having it bled through and everything brings it back.
I do that anyway, I think.
There's a question for you, Jerry.
Was it like that when you had it, when you first started off? Was it just getting worse and worse? Because I'd have said maybe it might be just the fluid's a bit shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I'm just wondering whether a fluid change and a bleed through will hopefully sort it out. Jerry, Steve said, have you not been tempted with the GS?
The one they're coming out with now in 2025, I would try. It's you know, air and oil cooled. It's a little bit smaller and lower to the ground. I'd be interested in that one. I'm not sure about the red seat though.
And he's going to send you a link.
Have you seen the new 2025?
Oh, nice.
They're coming out.
Is that which one you want about? The R12 GS?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I put a link to it in the old WhatsApp group, didn't I?
Yeah, it's like the old R80 GS. It looks very reminiscent of that. That appeals to me. I think the 900 Tiger I have is about as big a bike as I can do. And I may move down from that.
I've got my son's R9T just now. I've been running about on that one, and it's good fun. It's a 2017 one.
Yeah, didn't you record some sounds off of that?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. Nothing like a ditch pump singing away.
It actually does sound pretty good to me. People make fun of the old boxers, how they sound, but they sound pretty good to me.
I think it's really good. It's really interesting. I'm going out on it tomorrow and Tuesday and do a couple of more recordings with it, but it's good fun. It's not a bike I think you can ride too often. I don't think it's particularly comfortable.
Yeah, not enough room.
But you're right. Steve Exeter Rider says they're addictive. They absolutely are. They're brilliant, brilliant engines.
Oh yeah, I mean you only got to look at how long that engine's been around, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I had R9T for 2 years before somebody stole it.
Oh, is that what happened to it? It got nicked?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because that was a beautiful bike. The blue one, yeah.
Yeah, they stole that and my Tiger and my trailer at the same time.
Oh, shit.
They left me the van so I could replenish them.
Was that from your house, Jerry? Or
no, it was in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, that was the blue one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That looked nice. That was a nice looking bike.
Oh, there's Michael. He just showed up.
Yeah.
Man, the party star.
Here he is.
Yeah,
we were talking about you earlier, Michael.
Yeah, your ears burning, Michael. We've been slagging you off.
I was saying, Mike, your comment about that 1300 GSA and how you described it with the old lighter. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And anyone see the video from Tins on Tour? He's done the R9T this week. He was out on a green one. Wow, a beautiful bike that one is. And he's got the new suspension on it. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, somebody did one on a similar one. I think it's Motorcycle Consumer News. They did a long-term review of one, and she had a lot of electrical problems with the dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Howie giggling at?
He told me to send it to you. I haven't even played it myself. I don't want to do it over the air because it'll be.
I'll have a look at that in a sec. Oh, and he said he did the clutch biting point on his last week. Works a treat.
Yeah.
See you later, Steve.
I've linked that video, Jerry.
Pardon me?
I've linked that video for you, the green one.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Just saying goodbye to cheers, Steve, coming in.
Yeah.
It's a how-to video. Oh, yeah, it looks like it. I will have a look.
Yeah, I'll play that later on.
It's probably one of them videos you open up and then you hear these women's cries of passion as loud as it can be when you open it in the middle of the library or something like that.
Yeah.
And Mike's off. Cheers, Mike.
See you, Mike.
Bye.
I'm assuming that's Andy's TV in the background on that video.
Possibly.
That he's just sent. So I'll have a look. I'll have a look at a bit. But yeah. Right. I will see. I came prepared, I had stuff written down that we could have a yap about.
You're like a newsreader. Christ, you're like,
oh yeah, I got to do that.
And
got to do that at the end.
Thank you very much.
This is Trevor. I mean, we'll get cut off in 22 minutes anyway. So
another news.
But no, that's been brilliant. Cheers, gents. Thanks to everybody in the side chat. Oh, shove that out the way. Oh, blimey. Should we have a rundown? I've got to try and keep up with everybody who's been in and... Oh, my life. There's loads. See, this is the beauty when there's two. When there's me and Joe doing it, at least one can do one thing while the other's doing...
Look, all you got to do is just say thanks for everyone on the side chat. Far too many of you folk to mention, but thanks for coming along. Simple, quick, easy, concise. This bloke, that bloke, that bloke, that bloke, that bloke. People are just nodding off, mate, when you're doing that. It's just like, has he finished yet? I mean,
there's like 3 million of them in there.
Has he done?
Where is Joe? Joe? Where's Joe?
We don't know.
I think he's up north, and he gone visit his brother.
he's gone AWOL. I thought he was going into hospital in a while's time for
He had
nothing.
I think he's visiting his brother, so
Okay.
a couple of weeks. He won't be here for a couple of weeks, and then all back to normal after that. I
He's
believe.
health hunting as well, Joey. He's looking to move up there.
Really?
It's colder up there and it's more miserable, but I think he's going to escape the hustle and bustle of the southwest of England and go somewhere a little bit less dense.
Come to Scotland, Howie. Even more rain and miserable.
Yeah, I think the further north you go, the more miserable it gets.
Oh, man, it's rough.
I've got a whisper. Now, I said I'd move to Scotland tomorrow. I said, but the problem is my missus. She wants to come with me. If you hear this clang of metal in a minute, you know a sizable saucepan's just gone round my skull.
That'd be a good video.
Yeah, you get a lot of views of that, Howie.
But see, I don't know about you, but if I could only have one biking holiday a year, I wouldn't mind going to Scotland every year.
Oh, definitely. So
I love it out there.
I've never been to Scotland on a bike. I think I'd like to do it though. I'd like to do the Land's End John O'Groats bit on a bike.
Oh, I did that on a push bike.
Yeah, I want to do it on a push bike. That's just
I've been there, done that. 1,000 miles, 1,000 miles or more on a push bike.
I don't know what you were thinking doing that. You should have just got yourself a motorbike and done it than that. You'd have been a lot quicker and you'd have beaten all the rest of them. No, I honestly would love to do the Land's End John O'Groats thing.
What, in 24 hours, like Bruce did it?
God, no, in a week, 2 weeks maybe.
Andy's just said, got to be the Alps every time for him.
Yeah, it's nice.
The lad I was out with yesterday, John, he said he prefers the Pyrenees to the Picos.
Mm.
So, Steve, you can let me know because you're doing them, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I thought you dozed off there.
I had to go out and take more painkillers.
Is it getting too much for you, our chat, or what?
If you want any good
If we're giving you a headache, just let us know, Steve.
Well, no, say ibuprofen and paracetamol. I can't take anything stronger than ibuprofen and paracetamol. Otherwise, it knocks me for 6.
All right.
There you go, Steve.
You don't feel any pain. That's the point, though, isn't it?
Stewie's just said the Southwest 300 in Scotland. That's what we said we're going to do, isn't it?
Yeah, we're looking at the moment, aren't we?
Yes.
As well as the Picos, aren't we, Nige?
The Picos for 2026, isn't it?
A weird phone call in the middle of the evening. What are we going to do about Picos then? Sorry, what? Okay then.
Wouldn't it funny?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind doing that.
The Picos.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it in 2026, I'd have got my national pension by then. I can afford to go. So yeah.
It's definitely going to be next year. Yeah.
Am I old? How old do you think I am?
That old?
Yeah.
There won't be a national pension by then. They'll have that off you, the government.
You'll be 78 by the time you get that.
It'll be every man for himself.
You should try Norway, guys. You should go to Norway. Norway is just epic.
It's expensive, Norway, though.
It's expensive.
Well, Andy's just said you can do the Picos all around there in 5 days, which is what we're planning for, isn't it, Steve? But
talking about expensive.
Well, the ferry crossings we looked at were quite reasonable, weren't they? Really?
Yeah. One was it first week in October? 172 each way, wasn't it?
No, 198 for the ferry and bike for us and the bike, wasn't it?
Wait,
70.
What did they charge you?
Plymouth to Santander.
Do they charge you the same amount on the ferry for a motorcycle and car?
It's not a lot of difference, was it?
Yeah. It's slightly cheaper.
Not a lot of difference, but it is slightly. But it's whatever it was, 180 plus. Then you've got to book a room or a seat, haven't you?
Now, if you take a GS 1300, does that count like for 2?
Yeah, you've got to pay articulated lorry fees then. Hello, PW's off as
77
well.
quid for
Cheers, bud. He's off. Yeah, it was 198 for the. Well,
Oh.
I mean that was end of September, October, wasn't it?
Yeah, £77 for a cabin each way, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a posh cabin, wasn't it, with a telly?
Is that Portsmouth to Santander?
You could.
Plymouth.
That was Plymouth to Santander, wasn't it?
Plymouth, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Portsmouth's more expensive. But Portsmouth to France at the moment, Adventure Bike Rider magazine, it's £98 return.
Yeah. See all these
Moment.
South Coast places, for me, it's a 2-day journey to get down there. You know, it's an overnight job somewhere. And
Well, I think that's a 36-hour ferry crossing, isn't it?
yeah, it's a lot.
Well, the one from Plymouth to Santander was 21 hours, I think it was.
Oh, not as bad as I thought then.
Wasn't it Andy that said that if you book your hotel and your ferry together, that you can actually do it a little bit cheaper?
Yeah, he just said there.
Andy,
he paid $930 for 2 people plus the bike and cabins plus 1 hotel. So yeah, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, I think we was finding hotels for about 46 quid a night, weren't we? In Potes.
Where was that? It was at that Potes, is it?
Potes, Potes, whatever you called it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Steve, you don't need a cabin on a ferry. You can just throw your tent out there, right?
Yeah, you can pitch your tent.
Well, on the deck. When we talked about it originally, I said I was going to head down from France, through France, Spain, and just ride it. But Nice don't like camping or anything like that.
Nah.
Have anyone seen what's his name? Oh God, I can't think of his name now.
Have that problem.
Yeah, I've had a busy week.
The Golden Years
from the
retirement
UK
home
down to Italy for 200 quid.
Oh yeah, I know the guy you're talking about.
God, this channel's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. What is his name?
I don't know. It's gone now.
He's got a real big site. Somebody did his bike for him. He's got a Bonneville. He rides it everywhere. Yeah. He's about an average rider and a terrible mechanic. He can't do anything.
You can give him the even wash the bloody bike, can he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Freddie Dobbs.
For like 3 years.
Freddie Dobbs. Oh, right.
Yeah. Freddie Dobbs.
Yeah. See, Andy's just said what we talked about, Steve. He'd done the ride down through France. It's a pain in the ass.
He wants to buy Benelli, and then he won't have a pain in the ass.
But John, the lad I was with yesterday, John, he said it was when they did it, he squared off his tyres riding down through France. He said, because it's just, he said, and by the time he got to the peak, every time he was leaning the bike over, it was jolting over because he was coming off the squared bit.
Yeah,
it's probably because he hasn't got Pirelli STR Scorpions on.
Oh,
with 7,000 miles already.
8,000 miles on
it. 8. God blimey!
I think 8,100 and something.
What's that?
And people say that the OEM tyres aren't as good a spec.
I just heard him growling.
Sorry?
Howie's.
It's Howie. He's
talking to the cat.
He's talking to the dark void behind him. And he's just said 3 days down, 3 days back, 6 hotels in total, plus food and drink, etc. The boat is better.
Yeah.
I guessed it was going to be at least 2 days, didn't I? And by the time we worked it out quickly in our heads, it didn't make a lot of difference, did it?
Revs off. Cheers, Dave.
Bye. Sorry about that. Dog was growling and making a fuss.
What Steve was saying about the OEM tires being not as good. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
Sorry?
Didn't you say something about you'd heard that OEM tires aren't as good as what you buy through the...
That's what they keep telling you over here, but I don't think there's any difference.
I had originally I had Dunlops on my NC, and they lasted just over 3,000 miles. They were rubbish.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I had Dunlops on me Tracer, and they were absolute pants, and they were lethal in the wet. Absolutely lethal.
Well, strangely enough, the bike when I put Metzlers on, two rants, the change in the bike was amazing. They were just they were shit. They were absolutely. I don't know which Dunlops they were, but I was shocked just how quickly they wore down.
Yeah.
I had the Angel GTs on me 502. I did 7,500 miles on them, and then I had a bad puncture. It was a proper split. I ended up plugging it twice. So I changed them for Avon Trail Max.
Yeah, they're good tyres.
They were bloody good tyres, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Diard's just put them on his GS, isn't he? 850 GS. What you got on that XR, Howie?
Oh, got Bridgestone 21s, I think.
All the old Battle Axe.
Yeah. They're all right. They came with the bike.
They're bloody good tyres, then.
Yeah,
see
I want to get some Road 6s eventually. So
Mike Lilly's comment?
Yeah, I saw Mike's. I put it up. If you rode down through France, your tires would match your petrol tank.
That's what I like about Michael's comments.
Oh, I got just for Mike. I put this up earlier, Mike, and where are we? Let's get that up there. I saw this yesterday. Saw this yesterday at Loomies, and I was told that they look a lot better in the flesh. They don't. That is damned ugly.
It is, isn't it?
And it was alongside that 1250. The 1250's got the bars and those bags on it on the front, and that 1300 still look wider.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But yeah, you're right. They do bags that fit on the tank for the 1300, don't they?
Don't they click into?
Got to put something on there to hide the bloody tank, haven't you? So,
Yeah, I think they click on very similar to the panniers, don't they?
Yeah, well, the panniers. There was another one actually, just to the left of this one, and the panniers are ugly.
Did you know that if you want a top box, you've got to spec it when you buy it new because you can't add it after? You can't add a top box plate. Yep.
Well, it used to be like that with BMW cars, didn't it? If you wanted a radio, that was extra.
Yeah. Because the top box, I don't think it's just an ordinary plate that's on it. I think it's wired up. There's lights inside it and everything like that. But you can't just go and buy it. It's not an aftermarket part currently, anyway.
Michael's just saying that the OEM tyres aren't as good spec. If that's the case, I'm going to buy the Pirellis again, because if I can get 8,000 miles out of it, and it's supposed to be lower spec, I'll be well happy.
I watched, what was that? The Canadian boy, Fortnite or something.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. He did a thing on tires, and there's a variation of the tires, and they tell you he covered this exact subject about how you think you're getting a premium tire, but when you look at it, it's like an A, B, or C, something like that, right? They manufacture the tire to a lower spec than they do for the ones that they sell retail.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Yeah, because they're done to a budget, aren't they?
Yeah.
But if that's the case, what the hell would a proper Pirelli?
Yeah, but maybe what
mileage will I get out of that?
Yeah, but maybe what they've done with your bike is that they've put a premium set of tyres on your bike, right? It might be that the Chinese have got a deal that's put premium on your bike because they want the bike to showcase, right?
Yeah. Well, it's done that, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
I'm sold on them.
Mike's just asked me to put a picture of this up, being as we're on about the 1300 GSA, ASA, whatever they're calling them these days. That's the lighter he was on about. And funny enough, the bloody side panniers are just like that.
Yeah.
Damned ugly.
Yeah, they're definitely Marmite.
Yeah, don't like it. I'd say I was told it looks a lot better in the flesh, but to me it doesn't.
Do you know what bike there was at the back of me the other day when I was out and about? There was one of these BMW R18s, you know, the big cruisers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by Jove, that's big engine. It's wide with those heads on them. I rode one a couple of years ago, and it was okay. A lot of vibrations on it, but it was not a bike for me. But I wanted to ride it because it would not be a bike I would ever buy. But it looked a nice bike, lots of chrome, and it made a lovely sound. But by Jove, the cylinder heads are huge.
Yeah, actually, that BMW dealer that we went in, Steve, wasn't it, in New Forest, when that the grade 1250 GSA there that I looked at, they had an R18 in there, didn't they? And it was done like a bit of Evel Knievel, wasn't it? And they had the big white leather seat, but then the backrest must have gone up in the air about 4 foot. It was absolutely huge, massive. It was.
No.
How
If I ever went for another long distance tour or cruiser bike, I'd go back to the Goldwing. They're amazing bikes.
Oh, Goldwing, yeah.
Yeah.
Although your brother doesn't see the funny side of it when you drop his Goldwing. Believe me.
Have you done that then, Nigel? Have you?
I have. Well, he wanted to borrow. He borrowed my, what did I have? I think I had a Z900 Kawasaki. He borrowed that. And I said, well, I'll need yours. And he sort of looked at me. And I was only young then. And so he left me his. And I dropped it. But I say he didn't see the funny side of it.
Which one did he have?
1500 Aspencade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Howie, we got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
My brother run my Yamaha 3-cylinder into the Mississippi River with it running. It bent the rods like that, you know.
Hydraulic locked.
Yeah.
He brought it back in the back of the pickup truck and threw it out.
Are you still talking to him?
Well, he paid for it, Steve, to get it fixed.
Oh, right.
But he gave me a check and the check bounced.
I love it. We're gonna get cut off in 2.5 minutes. 2.5. So I mean, sorry, I've never done it before. Let's let it run right to the end, just see if it does cut us off.
Yeah, why not?
Or whether it gives you a 2-minute grace period or something. It keeps pinging up with messages saying you're going to get cut off.
See if there's anyone at the EVMX control center that presses the button.
Yeah.
Hang on,
if I mention camping again, they might turn us off.
Yeah. Oh dear.
You can always blame it on Joe. Hey, Joe, we broke your site.
Yeah, we've been banned, Joe. We've been banned. I got to admit, though, I think this is better than StreamYard. There's a lot more to it, and certainly more than I'm capable of doing. But I mean, at least. So when I look at it, there's 2 screens. We've got the one on the right that you're all seeing and YouTube is seeing, but then you've got like a studio to the left of it. So at the minute it's mirroring it, but I can change stuff in the left-hand one, the setup of the screen, and then click transition, and then that'll ping that across. So you can set everything up on the left before you actually put it live, which is good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I look over there, there's that many buttons and that many screens Joe set up. That's all a bit beyond my pay grade, I think. I certainly think Joe understands all that better than I do. Definitely.
You're doing an okay job, Nige. Nice, don't worry.
No, it was good, wasn't it? And we've had a few in again tonight as well. And hopefully, I mean, at least in the comments, at least one person said they've watched the video, they've set it up exactly the same, and it worked brilliant. Mm-hmm. So that's good. It's not going to be long till the bigger channels get hold of it, and they'll start banging it out, and they'll probably get hundreds of thousands of views on everything and what have you. But
money hand over bloody fist, and we'll get
never mind. At least you get to hear my my farmer's accent nice and clearly now.
Yeah.
I did say to you, Nigel, in the chat the other day about how YouTube changed things on in the background someplace. They've made some significant changes to the way that they do the videos.
Yeah.
And it'll be a detriment to the smaller channels. And I've noticed that when I've looked across some of the channels I watch, normally they would get 200, 300, 400 views. They're less than 100 views after
Mhm.
a day. So they've changed something quite significantly.
It's we got 20 seconds till we hit that 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
So if it does cut us off, cheers for coming on. Really enjoyed it again. Brilliant night. And thank you to everybody in the side chat as well. Been a blast.
Good to see Jerry back on. Good
It
to see
is. Cheers, Jerry.
Yeah. Welcome back, Jerry.
3
Thank you very
seconds,
much.
2 seconds, 1 second. Bye bye.
And you're over.
See, it lied.
Yeah, you're still there.
We're still here, and we're over. We're 10 seconds over.
Yeah. I've got to think about dinner tonight.
Probably now it's sending a bill.
Yeah.
Joe.
So the meter sticking over, pounds going tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Is it sending the bill to you or Joe?
Go.
Oh,
We'll find the forwarded address. Right, I'm going to click it off anyway.
All right,
Cheers,
mate.
guys. Have a good week. Stay
See you later,
safe.
guys.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye. Cheers, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.